Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of some F1 2020 career mode with Red Bull. Today we're doing episode number 20 for the Monaco Grand Prix of Season 2, Round 5. So slowly getting into the European season, but we're going to try and get through this aero upgrade. We're going to rush it because it might come in time for the Monaco Grand Prix, and if it does, obviously that'll be a big boost in performance. And then, of course, that will unlock those whole load of minor upgrades. Of course, they're a bit expensive. It's costing us 2,000 resource. But again, I don't know how they're expensive at Red Bull. Yeah, I don't know why compared to, let's say, like your My team, but I guess that's where you are on the thing, and then it's failed, unfortunately. And we don't have enough resource points actually, because it's going to cost us another 1,000 resource points to fix that, which is not frustrating because obviously I wanted to use those 1,000 resource points on some more chassis upgrades. But nevertheless, that's all we can do. We're going to have to go for the Grand Prix without that upgrade, and it'll come through. Well, I'll have to action it after Azerbaijan. It might come through in time for Baku, if not for Canada, which could do with Zero anyway. But technically speaking, we are still the fastest team, even though I think Mercedes and Ferrari are probably about faster than us. Maybe not Ferrari, but Ferrari are probably less close. But we'll have to wait and see what the pace is definitely like as we move into the what is probably the most crucial qualifying session of the entire season. Of course, it's the Monaco Grand Prix. It's qualifying. As we go into our fastest lap, obviously at the end of the session once again, as usual, our first lap got us up to P11 in between the AlphaTauri. So again, this car that we don't seem to have, it just seems to be lacking pace. I don't know if it's the setups, but even then, it was where were we at? The Netherlands. We was very good, but other than that, we've sort of really lacked pace and not really done well. Yes, we're sort of a tenth up as we come out of the hotel hairpin down towards the tunnel. That's 2 tenths up now into this section, and obviously the first half of the lap isn't great for a pad player, but then of course you come through to this section, which of course is a lot better for the player, and you can see there we're at 8 tenths now going in from our first lap as well. We go into the end of the middle sector. We set the fastest middle sector of anybody as well, so that is definitely something. So that obviously the track's improvement a little bit wayward into Raskas, but nothing doing that. Out the final corner, up to the line, it's going to be 8.5 tenths improvements, and this is going to put us 7th on the grid. So yes, our teammate though is on the front row, so and crucially set his lap earlier, because of course him and LECLERC set identical lap times as well, which is something that really rarely happens in real life. Very close there between Ricciardo and Vettel as well. So 3.5 tenths. It could be better, but I know qualifying isn't our biggest point. The races, and speaking of the race, it's time for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room, and it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend downwards towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners at San Devote, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, How do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle. And the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, and a Red Bull, Ocon, Perez, Magnussen, and George Russell, Stroll, Gasly, Max Verstappen, and Hamilton. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Giovinazzi, Norris, Carlos Sainz, and Daniel Kvyat, De Vries, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
So, I take it you want some heroics into San Devote then, Jeff? Playing about the strategy though, it's the usual one stop I was playing about with the laps. Maybe we can go further on the softs, but yes, in terms of the fuel limit, I think they've changed the fuel limit for qualifying for the career mode because it was so conservative, but we're sort of going to lower that really to pretty much nothing and waste all of that on the line. There's 5 laps and away we go, and it's a good start. We get ahead of Vettel on the line. Can we get Ricciardo and Leclerc down the inside? I have to take a little bit of the curb, and we do give them a bit of space, but Leclerc is sideways going up the hill, and I think he has lost out to Ricciardo as well. So you're gonna see us shoot there. I think it's Ricciardo. It's tight doing that there, but we have to get the move done, otherwise we're going to make that, and puts us up into 3rd place. We start building a gap over Ricciardo as well, but Albon and Bottas, who are up front, sort of not really catching them either, so it's a stalemate really throughout this first stop as we're coming in the end of lap 6. Ricciardo we're going to be held for, but we are going to get ahead of Vettel. And I believe, looking at the mini-map there, Ricciardo's been held behind and comes out behind Sebastian Vettel. It's 2.6 seconds off, isn't bad. As we come out behind Nicholas Latifi in 15th place. But yes, there is Ricciardo. Confirmation he is behind Sebastian Vettel. Vettel, I don't know what happened. I mean, obviously he's further down the pit lane than Renault, as we now all over the back of, but clearly there as we cut the corner to avoid going in the back of Latifi there. He's going so slowly. Round the outside into Raskas now. Into Anthony Noakes. Can we get it up? Done? Yes, we'll have the DRS. Thank you very much. And that is that position claimed for us. We need to get Latifi as well, because obviously the Ferraris are getting fast. But yes, Ricciardo's obviously lost out now to Charles Leclerc as well, as we've somehow claimed some front wing damage. It's only line, but obviously that's going to affect us in the back end of this race when tyre wear is going to come in. The Ferraris are closing in, and we're closing in on Carlos Sainz. We don't seem to be able to get past the Spaniard. So more frustrations here, because we're clearly going faster at this point in the race than the Sainz. Losing time out to our teammate, and you can see here as we jump to lap 18, Sainz stood very long and came in only a couple of laps ago. But now the front wing damage is really starting to tell. It's still lime green, but obviously the tyres are going off, so we don't have the same grip, and obviously this is where the front wing damage is starting to come in, making itself known really, as we now have got both Ferraris and Daniel Ricciardo coming in. But this is Monaco, and the Ferraris couldn't do anything. We had good pace out the DRS straight, and they and obviously Raskas is sort of being remodelled so you can take a sharper line in. But nonetheless, it's our first podium of the of this.
Top job, my friend, top
series.
job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through. Thank you.
I mean season, excuse me, as we get driver of the day, although that thing where our picture doesn't drive it. There's a lot of glitches lately that Codemasters have put in that said they fixed, and turns out they haven't. Yes, it's good and bad the fact we got P3. Good the fact that we've got some good big points on the board for us, but in the same way it's bad because our teammate is what 0.6 a lap faster. Yes, Monaco isn't my ideal track. I'm not fast around here. I'm waiting to see where we get up to places like Canada and Austria. They're the tracks that suit me the best, and I'll definitely be faster than the IR there. So whether we're faster than Albon there, that's when we're going to see whether or not the car, it's either the car or something definitely is up. But we do move up into 6th place, so we're starting to get some more points on the board, 35. Obviously, it was a lot better last season in the AlphaTauri. You can see that Magnussen and Gasly are both dropped there. Magnussen only really scoring a couple points a day, so not the best days for AlphaTauri. And we now sort of moved away from the likes of Racing Point and AlphaTauri. Renault are on the rise thanks to Daniel Ricciardo's 6th place there. McLaren will be disappointed with only 8th.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Well, Jeff didn't say no heroics into San Devote, so I just pile-drived in, really. No, 3 wide was good, and we had the nimbleness to get round.
Up on the podium?
We were up there too, Claire. Did you not see us up there? We got that 3rd place. Do you realise 3rd gets yourself a podium, Claire? Usual Claire, she's back to her normal self. We know she's okay when she asks questions like that.
Appreciate your time.
First podium of the season, definitely something to build on, but at the same time, the fact that we're so far behind, yes, I know we got stuck behind Latifi and then by Sainz, but the fact we lost so much time isn't great. I'm hoping that we can improve that when we go to Azerbaijan, which is hopefully we're going to fit in this failed aero upgrade. We might just be able to fit in as well another minor, possibly a minor tyre wear upgrade, and finish that little bit then, and then that only leaves that major one down at the bottom to do. But yes, if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, see more episodes of the Red Bull career mode on F1 2020 as and when they come out. Probably have a couple more episodes next week of Azerbaijan and then hopefully Canada as well, and hope we'll be able to go strong there. So we're just taking a quick look at the engine department where we haven't done any other upgrades. Durability I don't think is going to be an issue for us. Sashi is where I want to concentrate really next, and along with maybe getting a bit of aero. Obviously we're going to have to save up though for the R&D points for expensive, so that's why we haven't been able to make as much progress as I'd like in this career mode. Yes, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.